his passage to India. "Well, well. How about that? I never thought I'd see you again," he mumbled to himself as he felt a joyful surge within. Something like elation. He had never dreamed of such an unexpected and pleasant surprise. He had been on the bus going downtown to do some errands. The bus had just stopped to pick up new passengers, and when suddenly he looked up from the brand new notebook intended for a potentially exciting writing project still in the process of taking form, there she was, walking gracefully down the aisle, not even noticing him. She went on down to the back and took a seat to the far left of him, her face sublimely quiescent. How could it be that just at an important juncture of his artistic life, he was graced with such rare luck, such a wondrous encounter? Is fate finally smiling on him? He came over and said hello. She looked at him rather askance. He smiled. "Don't you recognize me? We met on the bus a long time ago." Yes. Now she recognized him. A faint expression on her face seemed to say welcome. And he was so glad and pleased that she consented to let him sit next to her. Now memory came back, assuredly. She asked him if he had found a job yet. Of course he hadn't. Hard times, you know. And he found out that she was actually married. How would he be so stupid, never being aware of that? Her husband was an engineer. He took her to America after their marriage back home in India a few years ago. They have a house, and a contented life, he supposed. So, what a fool am I, to ever dream she would someday be my girlfriend. Okay, you'll be just a friend then. Is that all clear? And she had such quiet composure. And beautiful eyes too, with jet black eyebrows and gracefully turned eyelashes. He told her that, but in an oblique way. He said women from India have such beautiful eyes. She smiled gently, a bit coyly. And he saw that she had beautiful teeth, too. What madness is this, seeing new things in her all the time? They talked about India. About Tagore, the big man of the East. She laughed when he said that. She comes from Bengal, and she had read a lot in Bengali. He told her he used to see a lot of Indian movies, and she was so surprised. She did not go to movies very often, but she knew about Satyajit Ray and the world of Apu. He said he had had the luck to hear Ravi Shankar and Ali Akbar Khan a long time ago, when he was still in college. On records, of course. He said Abdul instead of Ali, and she corrected him. He told her he thought Indian music was so irresistibly sensuous, especially the sound of the sarod. The word slipped his mind at the time, but right away he remembered exactly. He couldn't say why. He told her he was going to have his first collection of short stories printed. He is a self-publisher. She was so surprised. "So you are a writer?" "Sort of." "Why not?" She smiled again, this time very prettily. He was so gratified. "I already have a reader. A pretty one at that." And suddenly a recent article in a local newspaper came to his mind. 2 men and a girl living together as roommates. Nothing else. They must be kidding themselves. Because he found out just now that merely sitting next to her was enough to arouse him intensely. She gave him the address of an Indian grocery store on El Camino Real that rents out Indian movies. He might as well forget about that. And he might just as well forget about seeing her again, too. He could already sense trouble looming ahead, and causing havoc out of nothing is not exactly his cup of tea. Still, why does she excite me so, sitting by my side just like that, on the bus, shyly? Sure. Eve never needed the serpent. Nor did Adam. And their descendants are to be congratulated.